Welcome back to Boyson's Gone Wild. In this video we're going to be spending 2 nights at the Nature's Valley Rest Camp, so join us as we camp, go on a hike and explore Salt River Mouth, and most importantly eat some lekker food. Let's get to it.
That was really, I think that was.
So Nature's Valley Rest Camp is situated, you guessed it, just outside of Nature's Valley, which is on the eastern side of the Western Cape. Now we are by no means experienced campers, we have very basic equipment as you'll see. So what you'll see us using is a combination of things that we own and also things that we borrowed from Jesse's dad. So the campsite we were allocated definitely wasn't our first choice, but it was still a very nice campsite. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But for now, we're going to light the braai. We're going to get ready to make some cheesy braai nachos for dinner. And this is our best friend Billy, by the way. You might remember from some of our earlier videos. So the whole reason we decided to go camping was number 1, because it's fun, and also number 2, it was Jesse's birthday. So please be sure to wish Jesse a belated happy birthday in the comments. So the one thing you're definitely going to need to bring to Nature's Valley Rest Camp is a table. We didn't bring a table because the Sandparks website showed that there were tables and benches there, but obviously that was not the case. But luckily the little cooler box we had worked really well, and then we got started on our nachos for the evening. So we didn't do any special ingredients really. Obviously nachos, a little bit of crumb chicken, and then some tomatoes, and most importantly cheese. And also I think we sprinkled some feta in there as well. And then if you're so inclined, some avocado for some guacamole.
Nature's avocado coming right up.
And then after all the ingredients are ready, it's as simple as just putting it on the braai grid and waiting for it to heat up. You just need to keep an eye on it, because if the coals aren't quite right, it's going to be kind of difficult to heat it up. So we actually had to move it down directly onto the coals. Once we moved it down, it went quite quickly. The cheese wasn't quite ready yet when we took it off, but we were pretty hungry, so we wanted to eat and settle in for the night.
Big time. I'm trying to not get the shadow of my torch.
Did you look and in my direction while you eat, please?
I really messed up by forgetting the torch.
You really did.
Come on now. Book. Bassy. Book.
So after a good night's rest, we just chilled for a little bit, and I lit the fire to get it ready for breakfast. But before we get on to breakfast, let me show you the little storage system that we use for when we go camping. So this little box will have all of our cooking essentials in, plates, cutlery and cups. And then when we go camping, we just take it out of storage, put a couple extra things in there, and then put it in the back of the car, and you're ready to go. But seeing as it's so early in the morning, let's organize some hot water for some tea and coffee.
Oh, hobbit in a hobbit hole.
And it's right on time, because Bailey's just woken up and she's definitely going to need that coffee soon. Luckily for us, the main kitchen and bathrooms aren't far away from our campsite. After adhering to all of the baboon safety protocols, you can go into the kitchen. The kitchen is very basic. There's a couple of basins, some fridges, a freezer, and then also a stove. I don't know why you'd want to wash your clothing on a stove though, but that's just me. The main reason we're here is for this e-boil puppy. While the rest of the country struggles with power shortages, at least you have hot water on demand at Sandparks campsites. Right. And while we were chilling, we saw these lemon doves, which is really cool. Definitely not something you see every day, but they obviously enjoy foraging around the campsite for some snacks. Now it was time for breakfast and I was going to make flapjacks. I decided to try and be smart and make the mix in a bag instead of a bowl. Really didn't work that well, wasn't that easy to mix. Yeah, I guess I'll let the results speak for themselves. Seems a bit lumpy. Kind of looks like oats.
Stunning.
And while we enjoy my questionable flapjacks, let me show you our camping setup. So Jesse and I have a very basic 2-man tent, not a lot of space on the inside, but big enough that we can actually fit an air mattress. These really make a big difference in your quality of sleep you get while you're out camping. And then also in our tent we have our clothing bags, some pillows and sleeping bags, and then also a little bit of storage up above. And now we went for a short drive to go closer to Nature's Valley to do a classic hike in the area. Now Nature's Valley is a quaint little settlement, I wouldn't even call it a town, which has some amazing beaches that we actually had to use to get to the hike what we were going to do. So we were going to be doing the Salt River Mouth Trail. It's quite short, it'll probably take you about an hour to an hour and a half, but definitely be sure to bring that swimming cozy with and a little bit of a picnic. Now while I was trying to get some interesting shots of the mushrooms and things in the forest, I actually found a Castle light bottle, which is a pretty sad thing to see, but being the good Samaritan I am, I picked it up. And upon pouring out the contents of the bottle, I realized that there was a little scorpion, actually a pretty big Cape Creeper inside. Don't know what was up with that. Hopefully I didn't interrupt some weird ritual. If you stop getting our weekly updates on YouTube, you know what happened to me. Now, among all the other cool things you can see in the fynbosts and forest here, lichens are probably one of the coolest. You might know it as old man's beard, but this isn't actually a singular organism. It is rather a combination of a fungi together with an algae or cyanobacteria. Now this relationship is referred to as symbiotic mutualism, which is just a fancy science term that means I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. The algae photosynthesizes and provides food for both, while the fungi gives the algae the capability of living outside of water. And also, as a lot of guides will tell you, it is an indicator of good air quality. Oh, a boat.
Coming over. Is it cold?
We saw a lot of redbait washed up all over close to the river mouth. Apparently this happens when the ocean temperature gets quite high. Now redbait's obviously very popular with fishermen, but redbait is also a very important species that live in marine ecosystems that provide a lot of biodiversity. The other thing that we saw was this really cool tree chilling in the river, and if we give it a couple million years and let silicification take place, it's definitely going to be displayed on someone's desk as some really cool petrified wood. 18 decades. Okay, so we're just about to finish the Salt River hike up, and then we're going to go into Nature's Valley and get something to eat. Did you say let's go? After our little impromptu swim, we stopped at the only restaurant in Nature's Valley and we had some very lekker pizzas. And then we met up with some family and went back to the beach for some more chill time. But that's enough of the beach and hiking. Let me tell you a little bit more about Nature's Valley Rest Camp. So there are quite a few different sites at the rest camp. Some have power and some don't. There are also lots of kitchen and bathroom facilities scattered all over, as well as baboon-proof bins. Each stand also has a nice little braai area. Unfortunately, no tables anymore. And I don't know what it is with Nature's Valley, but all of these shy and elusive species you never see in the forest just walk around like they own the place, like these bushbuck. We were visited by an even more elusive animal later that night. Stick around to the end if you want to see that. And then there's also some laundry facilities for those that are staying at the camp for a longer period of time. So we were in one of the stands that was a little bit more in the forest. You do get these stands that are a little bit more out in the open and closer to the river, but let's see what I had to say about this in real time. Yeah, I don't know what the story is here, but we couldn't book on this side because it was fully booked, but it seems to just all be taken by people doing the Otter and Tsitsikamma trail. Not actually people that are camping here. Just kind of weird. Speaking of the Tsitsikamma hike, we did a video on that recently. You should go check it out if you're interested. After that shameless plug, it was time for us to make a braai, play some cards, and enjoy our last night.
I just make it really long. Something was actually happening. Can I?
Avocado!
That's always taco.
And for dinners, we were going to have burger patties and chicken susatis. To be honest, the chicken susatis were just for me, or at least so I thought, because after we were finished braaiing, we were ambushed by a small spotted genet trying to steal the chicken right from under our noses.
Sorry, buddy.
Is he coming back? Should I throw it away then? He's scratching like a little cat. Lost cup. Are you cozy?
So cozy.
Okay. For breakfast, we were going to have a classic scrambled eggs on toast. And then after that, we were pretty much going to start packing up because we had to leave the campsite by 10 a.m. The cool thing for us is that this campsite is only about 40 minutes away from our house, so I definitely think we'll be going back here. The campsites were really nice, and the facilities were good as well. The bathrooms left a little bit something to desire, but we'll give them a 7 out of 10 on the facilities overall. There are also some chalets here. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go spy on them because there were people staying in them. How inconvenient. But maybe something we can check out in the future. But that's enough about us. Now I want to hear a little bit more about you. Have you been to Nature's Valley Rest Camp? And what did you think about it? Let us know in the comments. Also, if there's anything you think we should add to our camping gear, also let us know. I mean, besides a camping table, we definitely need that. That was pretty inconvenient. Speaking of inconvenient, as we were about to leave, this happened. Anyways, here's Sasha eating some Jenna chicken. We'll see you next time. Okay. Neer, Sasha, neer, sit. Kom, sit, neer, sit. Sasha, come on, sit. Sit, dis is die eerste stukkie. Ja, because we don't...
She didn't even chew that.
She doesn't know how to treat chicken.
We don't know what diseases Jenna's carry, so we don't want to eat this. Huh?
Freaking out. She's like, I've never been given this much chicken.
Oh, now she's actually chewing it, huh? Okay, last one. Last one. Make it count. Wow, it's a good girl. It's a good girl.
Those are literally whole chicken.